What is going on, snipers? Naeem Al-Abeidi here. I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful day today. Let's just dive right into our cryptocurrency live stream. This is a live stream, by the way, so if I am interacting with everyone and you hear the music and it goes on for a long period of time, feel free to use the 1.25x in the settings of the video, or just tune back into our normal day videos, which are a lot shorter. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. We're going to go over a ton of price predictions. We're going to be taking in requests from our guests, and we're going to make sure that tonight is going to be a fun night. So let's dive right into it, guys. So pretty much what we're seeing right now, we're looking at ETH, which is Ethereum, obviously, and you can see we have this run up coming up from previous support levels, which we found around 55,000 Satoshis. If you guys don't know what Satoshis are, they are the fractionalized version of Bitcoin. So if you go to this right hand side, you can see there are fractions of the Bitcoin here, which represents Satoshi value. There's up to 8 decimal places, and it's almost like when you have a dollar and you have cents to that dollar, right? So just to make it a little bit easier, we are going to be using several different indicators today. I'm going to show you guys exactly what indicators I'm going to use, exactly how I have them programmed for the first time, because I know a lot of you guys have asked me about that. So let's go ahead and kind of show you guys which ones we're going to use today. I'm going to be using the moving average exponential, which is also the EMA, which stands for the exponential moving average. We're going to have the relative strength index open, which is the RSI. We're going to have the 3 moving averages set up at the 50-day, 100-day, and the 200-day, which I'll show you. And then obviously the volume, of course. You always want to have your volume here. If we pull up our 3 moving averages, what I'll show you guys right now is exactly how I have this programmed at 50, 100, and 200. And my length, my source, of course, is the close price. If you pull up my actual graph, this is pretty much how I have this programmed right now in terms of all of these settings, if you guys want any of these exact settings. And then if we look at the EMA, I have my length set at 9, and then if you pull up the RSI, you can see I have my length set at 14, and then for the volume, I have that set up at 20. So if you guys have any questions about any other indicators, feel free to reach out on Discord. Once again, this is a free resource we have available for all of you guys watching this video. We have our Trading 101 section. We have a ton of different resources here for you guys to utilize, a ton of different resources here as well. I added all of my tools here, my charts, my hardware wallets, and so forth, and then my favorite books. So not only that though, you have these all these chat areas, and you guys can chat amongst yourselves. But anyways, let's kind of just pull up this chart here. Let's look at who we have on right now live. About 620 viewers. Somebody said, are we going until 5 a.m. again? Because I'm ready. Haha, Stevie. No, we're not going to be going until 5 a.m., brother. The Oregon Inside said, I wish I could subscribe twice. That is hilarious. That is awesome. That's such a compliment. Thank you so much, brother. So looking at Ethereum, we do have these support levels built right at 55,190 Satoshis. Truth be told, thank you so much for the super chat. So we want to look at Dent. So this is going to be first come first serve super chat, guys. So Dent is #1 on our list. I do have some VIP access super chats. I do remember that. Sorry for going off topic really quick. So if you are a Emerald, Patreon, or above, you guys have access to this VIP area where you guys can actually request specific coins for us to watch or use during the live stream. So if you guys want to have a guaranteed request, you guys can actually just utilize the Emerald Patreon feature, and then you guys can ask me questions here as well where there's not as many people, so that I can answer them. But it looks like we also have the request here, fun and mana. So we'll do fun today, and then it looks like the only request we have so far. So we'll do fun and mana. Perfect. And now let's finish our Ethereum analysis. What's up, Big Daddy? What's up, Rob? What's up, Gel? What's up, Esteban Lacasa? Kent Clark Krypton, Thomas Crozier in the house, King Coffee, Jason, Mitch Ray, Josh in the house, NYC in the house, throw it up, TRX, Breezy in the house, Shark in the house, Russell. What's up, Dagu? Good to have you on, brother. Good to have you guys. What is up, Marlon? What's up, Brian? Mr. Walker, good to have you, brother. Let's go ahead and see what else we have popping here. All right, guys. Bo is here. Shortman's in the house. Slick Nick 12. RF Dusty's in the house. Caleb's in the house. Gavin said, always good info. Mad patience. Thank you, brother. What's up, David Uhas? Roger in the house. Josh. Lewis is in the house. Look at that. We got everybody here tonight. Edgar's here. Chef Chris, Mitch Ray, Vikas, Anthony. He said, let's do this. What's up, Gary? What's up, Carlos? Kenneth? Everybody. Adam's here too. So anyways, sorry if you guys are watching this after the live stream. You guys are probably really frustrated that I've been naming names this whole time. But anyways, we found some resistance levels right here around 68,000 Satoshis. We broke out of that resistance. Guys, let me show you something that is extremely important in trading. So people always ask me, Naeem, like, you talk about buying at the breakout sometimes. What do you mean by that? Why would you buy at the breakout? Why would you buy when the price is high? Why would you buy in the green? You say buy in the red, sell in the green. Why would you buy in the green? Well, there are certain exceptions to the rule, guys. So if I would have purchased this at the breakout, I would be positive in my gains and my profits, because at a breakout, there's typically a dramatic, that's the key word, dramatic uptrend. And especially in the cryptocurrency market where there's so much volatility, this isn't necessarily applicable to traditional markets when you look at markets like Forex and stocks and commodities and futures and options. So looking at this chart though, it's completely feasible and possible in cryptocurrency to see these huge parabolic price movements. As a matter of fact, it's almost common practice in cryptocurrency. So you can see this is where we found breakout. I would have probably put my position in right over here because we broke out of these levels. I would have actually even noticed it right over here with this red candlestick, because the red candlestick went over this line. So buy at the breakout, you'll still be at a profit. So at this point for Ethereum, I am not putting in any more positions at this time. We are far and away from the 50-day moving average, which is represented there in red. You pull up the 1 day here, you can see we are way, way above that 50-day, above the EMA right now. So obviously Ethereum's price is shooting up. This is something we've been talking about here on Sniper's Tube for a very long time. You guys know how passionate I am about Ethereum being one of the most diversified asset classes in cryptocurrency, being the fact that most ICOs are built on the ERC20 token. So Esteban Lacasa, thank you so much for the super chat on YouTube, brother. Christopher Hassanali, thank you for the super chat. XLM review, please. Is it a good time to enter? We're going to get that in as soon as possible for you. First come, first serve for the super chats, guys. Understand that if we can't get to it, we can't get to it. But right now is a good time because it's beginning. By the way, somebody asked just now, what is the night owl going to be tonight? Tonight's night owl will be Ruby and above. The reason being is we now have over 114 rubies. So if even half of those came to the night owl, that would be a pretty big night owl. So we're going to have a ruby and above night owl will be under the ruby plus night owl. Any ruby, sapphire, emerald, diamond, mod, and so forth is allowed there. So just to give you guys a heads up on that one, that will be our night owl tonight. Somebody said, what's a night owl? The night owl is pretty much the after party from the live stream. So we have the first portion, but then we have a second portion where you guys can actually have a two-way conversation and a dialogue rather than a monologue type of conversation where it's one way, where I can only talk to you guys through one rather than having that two-channel conversation. So anyways, let's pull up some requests here, but we do have a couple on the title of this video we have to pull up. So let's pull up XRP Bitcoin here. We see this ascending triangle forming here. It was at first descending after it made this triangle here, and now we're seeing this loop itself back up, finding a little bit of resistance right along this triangle line here. And at this time, what I would say is to watch this chart mature just a little bit, because if you guys see here, the RSI is still pretty low, hasn't went over 70 since we saw this run down in price. Therefore, I can 100% expect for some sort of price peak to be hit soon. And what I mean by that is Ripple is known to actually have these huge run-ups, find stability, run up, find stability, run up, find stability, once again run up. This time it didn't find stability. It dropped, consolidated, but found stability along this support line. So here's what I'll tell you for Ripple. You must be very careful. There's three types of traders. So we have a value investor who invests in the long term of a company, a project, and something that potentially has the ability to gain mass adoption. There's a second type of investor called a day trader. It's kind of like what we did last night in our Naeem Night Trade series that we've just launched here on Sniper's Tube, where you're trading 10 or 20 trades in a single day by analyzing charts. Typically, you're looking at the 1 minute, right? If you're day trading, you're looking at a live time chart, a live chart, not just a 1 minute. This is a live chart. So you see the prices continuously moving, you see channels form, and you day trade upon those channels, and you can make a living off of that. If you guys are working, some of you guys have kids at home, right? Some of you guys work a 9 to 5, you work it in the day, and that's why you're watching this at night, or you're listening to this on your way home or at your job. Or maybe you have elderly individuals in your household that you have to take care of, right? So how do you make extra income? That's the question. Well, day trading is a very good way to do that if you guys are willing to take the time to day trade. As you guys know, yesterday's live stream prolonged quite a bit due to the fact that I was trading live. And I get into a little bit more of a mellow position when I'm live trading, because you have to be mellow. You can't be upbeat and ecstatic. I've been blessed with the opportunity to be able to really mellow myself out when I want to. I can just sit back and say, all right, guys, you know, we're going to be trading today. Or I can come out and be a little bit more enthusiastic, right? Enthusiasm is key, and you want to have enthusiasm in the market as well. So you have to stay cautious. You know, if we were day trading this right now, you see there's clear support levels right now. We could easily day trade this right now. We can probably set up a stop buy order right here at 16,475 Satoshis. Let it hit whatever this channel is, like let's say 16,919, and make you know, 2 or 4% profit right there on the spot within minutes. So day trading is definitely an option for those of you that have that necessity. And here's what I'll tell you: the #1 thing you can do for day trading, and I've been stressing this often, is you have to understand patterns. And what I mean by that is, on our Discord, when you go over Trading 101, we have the basic patterns here. These are the most basic patterns. This doesn't include everything. However, these patterns will start you off in understanding more and more patterns. Like, for example, some of you don't know this, but a flag continuation can also be considered a bull flag, right? But we don't have that on there because this is the basics. You start with the basics. See, when a fighter wants to get coaching from his coach and he's not doing so well and he wants to perform, what does the coach always tell the fighter to go back to? The fundamentals, the basics, right? So you always want to go back to the basics. And Greg Kanger's in the house. Ali Tin is in the house. Ali. Grafto Nix is in the house. Angie's Worlds. Crypto DICK's in the house. Greg Kanjar, UN Owen, Tesla Red is here. Said, I love cup and handles. Yes, finally stayed up late enough to catch this live. Love the content. Thank you, Terry Tom Brown. I appreciate that, Terry. Much love to you as well, Mr. Brown. What is up, Smoky Blizzard? Good to have you here. Ashley Muller said, he's talking about me, bull flag and yeah, you're right, Ashley. You remember. You remember now. See, I didn't think Ashley was smart enough to recognize that. Not smart enough. Sorry, Ashley. No, that's not what I meant. I didn't think you were as advanced in trading to understand that, but obviously you are, and that shows something really good in terms of your progression of understanding in trading. I'm sure you've probably traded traditional marks understanding the fact that a bull flag is like a flag continuation, and you most likely understand the fact that patterns are so important in trading, right? So I think that's awesome. You know, I think it's cool, and you know, some of you step up like Ashley did yesterday or a couple days ago and had mentioned that, hey, isn't this a bull flag? Yeah, it is. I just didn't mention it because why do I want to confuse my viewers, you know? So that's the key, guys. You know, if you guys want to use more, you know, yesterday I was using Fibonacci while I was trading. I don't do that on these live streams, but you know, that's one thing I use. I didn't really use everything yesterday either. It's all good, man. I'm not, but I try to get involved whenever I get into something. Male also, FYI. I have OCD for sure, so it helps, I reckon. That is awesome. Michael Morton in the house. Maxwell is in the house. Jasmine Torres. John Sprocco. Mohammed Zidia. Good to have you, Mohammed. David Tone. Ahmed's in the house. Jasmine Torres again. Jeff Rome. I like that name, Jeff Rome. It's like, sir, what's your name? My name's Jeff Rome. Oh. How are you doing today, Mr. Rome? Would you like some coffee with that? Shout out to our new patrons. We just got a new Emerald patron, Alex Yaragachi. Good to have you, brother. Shout out to Tachi Cardia, new patron. Corey Klenigan. That's an interesting last name. new Patreon. Corey, you'll be getting the trade alerts. Same for you, Tachycardia. And then Alex Yagad here, you're going to have access to all of the VIP content. Now, anyways, for XRP. So here's what's going to happen, guys. This is what you want to watch out for. We're in a very critical moment for XRP, being the fact that we broke a pattern. When you break a pattern, it's an indicator that things are changing. The market is changing. The supply and demand is changing. And when you look at Ripple's chart, like I said, you have these run-ups, you see stability, you have run-ups, you see stability. But this time it broke the pattern. It had a run-up, and this was one of the most parabolic run-ups it's had, and then it dropped all the way back down to its previous run-up. You never saw that previously. So what does that show you or I? This is what it shows me. It shows me that as this price continues to most likely head this way and form stabilization as it usually has, and then we may eventually, over time, if we're patient enough, see the price shoot up at some point. And here's the critical moment for Ripple, in my opinion. Is it going to break these resistance levels? And I say that because of this. When you guys look at this, this is called a head and a shoulder. A head and a shoulder is a form of a reversal, and that is the truth of the matter. If, you know, as much as you guys love Ripple, you see a left shoulder right over here, you see a right shoulder right over here, and you see the head right over here. What is a head and shoulder? Somebody said on the chat. Well, if you are on our Discord, which is a free resource, we have over 16,000 members now, thankfully, because the more the merrier. The more collaborative we are, the more collaboration can be done. Therefore, more intelligence can be spread throughout the community. And then when you look here at this chart, guys, the head and shoulder indicates a reversal, unfortunately. That's exactly what we've seen right now with Ripple. This is the head and shoulder top. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's the top. That's what it's called. It's the top. There's an uptrend, constant uptrend, which we saw, and then a breakout and trend reversal. So hopefully, guys, hopefully there's another reversal here, but this could be an indicator of a trend reversal. So what is this reminiscent of? This is exactly what it is reminiscent of, for me at least. When Bitcoin had hit its all-time highs around $19,000, some exchanges were over 20,000, and I had made an alert to all of our community members on Discord. This wasn't just Patreon only, this was everyone, saying, hey, as soon as I saw this support level broken when Bitcoin was at these price levels, and I saw this was broken right here, I sold. I sold right here. Why? For me, it was an indicator of a trend reversal. And what happened? We consolidated, right? Went right back down to the 50-day moving average. I'll show you exactly how that works. So you go to the 1 day. We bounced right on top of the 50-day, which was around 12,500. This was your buy point. If you were buying in Bitcoin, this was the time to buy. Now we're going to see this run up. We've already broken resistance levels. We're going to definitely test $20,000. That's for sure. Nothing's for sure. I can't guarantee anything. This isn't law advice. This isn't trading advice. This isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor and so forth. But my humble and accurate opinion is we are going to test the $20,000 price range, being the fact that we've broken every resistance. We're seeing minor consolidation. We're going to probably bounce off this EMA like we always we have been here, and start heading towards these new all-time highs. So we'll see if we'll break past its previous resistance. Now, that's kind of the interpretation for XRP as well. So I would be extremely cautious at these price levels, guys. There may be a trend reversal. Not to bring bad news to you guys, but you know, we've had enough good news over the past couple of weeks. Now it's time to, you know, get real here and say, guys, we've had a great time. A lot of us are profiting right now. Let's be smart about what we do. So am I still holding Ripple? Absolutely. We haven't broke these support levels. If I were you guys, everybody right now should have an alert right here. Set up an alert right here on these support levels, just in case, right? So that's XRP. Did you guys enjoy that in-depth analysis? Tried it a little bit different there. I wanted to get a little bit more in-depth for you guys, really explain it in depth. So let's go ahead and say hi to some of you guys. Pedro Nieves in the house. Augustus B. Greg said Tron in the house. Scroongy said India coin. Joseph Smith said yes. Good to have you. Chris is in the house. Mr. Momo. We're going to be giving away an Internet of Money book right now, guys. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Why don't we go ahead and give this book away? One of my favorite books. Cody Allison said, what's the Discord? Cody, it's in the description of the video, brother. Thank you. Somebody said, who yell in the microphone? I'm sorry. Should I go back a little bit? I apologize. I apologize. I'll put on music. How about that? Maybe that'll make some of you guys a little bit happier. I'll put on some jams here. Watch this. Bam. That should be a little bit better for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy this music. So Kyle Holdman in the house. We got Kent Clark, Krypton, Armin Darvish, Alexander's in the house, Greg, Will Panter. I like you, Will. Good to have you. But Holly Springs, XVG. Thank you so much, Holly. I know we have some other super chats, so I'm going to look at them as well. Shout out to Esteban La Casa. Could you please talk about MED? MED. This is going to be first come, first serves, guys. Says, thank you for everything, amigo. De nada, Esteban. Gracias y tú. Jay Guerrero, $2. Holly Springs, XVG. Thank you, Holly, for the super chat. We'll do XVG. Look at Verge again. Naim, what do you think about Trig? I've never heard of Trig, unfortunately, NK. Nigel Phillips said TRX. King Coffee. That sounds like such a powerful name. Like, my name is King Coffee. Hola, Naim Fabian. Do you have any tutorials for this trend view? What do you mean by that? All of my tutorials and my resources are on our Discord, so that link is in the description. But other than that, we have tons of videos on this channel, so we do have some trend indicator videos. Somebody said the answer is top. Nick Ali. Talk about GTO or GITO. Justin Sun is on board. Okay, we'll look at GTO. Who here saw the interview with Justin Sun? Was that like probably the best interview in the world? Wasn't that like the best interview that we had ever spectated in our life? Can you talk about your opinions on Rayblock/Binance listing? Love your streams, the community, and all the hard work you put in. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. That's funny. Yeah, we'll talk about Rayblocks. I think it's a cool project, you know? If you've ever used it, it's almost instant. Andy said it was painful to watch. Shiker said, Justin Sun, young Jesus. That's hilarious. It was horrible. Ethan said it was horrible. That is funny. When is the next live trading with Naeem? Aaron Chavez. That sounds like a mafia name. Just saying. Chavez. So Aaron, our live stream, our live trading with Naeem will probably be, you know, something we might do on the weekends or something. We'll decide. Today I did a Discord vote, so I posted a vote here, and you guys voted to do this video instead. So I said live trading or price predictions for tonight, and I did A and B, and we got more on B, so ended up doing the price predictions. He said his Chinese live stream had 16 million viewers and did really well. His first language isn't English. I agree with what Karan said. So let me talk about Justin Sun and my opinion on that. So if you guys don't know, Justin Sun, he's the founder of Tron, and he had an interview. Mr. Wolf said, can we do XLM for a Sapphire? Yeah, we'll do XLM, man. Don't worry about it. So Justin Sun had an interview, and the interview didn't, you know, he didn't do an interview. He did a live call on FaceTime for, you know, the American people, and he did it in English, and his first language isn't English, but he was extremely, you know, he was extremely, you know, for me it was impressive, the fact that he was speaking English quite well, and he got a lot of criticism from a lot of, mostly, to be honest with you, mostly Americans and individuals who speak English, saying that, oh, this was ridiculous, like this was probably the stupidest thing ever, why would he embarrass himself like this? And you know, I look at the other perspective. My mentor taught me this. He said, Naeem, he said, you always have to take somebody else's perspective and put it into a scenario, and then understand how that person is going to feel based upon the situation or the circumstance. And what happened with Justin Sun, in my opinion, is, you know, he was bold enough to do what he did was bold, and I think in the eyes of the Chinese, and I think, you know, the individuals that speak his first language, I think that was a very bold move for him, and I think they may have been very impressed by that fact, being the fact that most of them probably don't speak English, and they're looking at this guy that's leading this company that a lot of them are invested in, just speaking in English to the press. So I think it's a big misnomer that, you know, it was a quote unquote bad live call. I think it was an amazing thing for him and what he needs right now. I think it worked out 100% to his favor in every way, shape, and form, whether that was for exposure or that was to prove to his people that, you know, he can communicate with the Americans. Whether or not it's the best communication, that, I mean, he wasn't as good as Trump's daughter speaking Chinese and singing. I don't know if any of you guys saw that. She was pretty good. Anyways, let's move on. UFR, if I invest all in any BL. Okay, so here's the question for the giveaway, guys. If you guys want to win this book, I'm going to ask a question, and you guys have to answer this. What's up, Amir Marzok? Good to have you, brother. You have to answer this question. So the question is, I actually, somebody says smooth glasses. Trump's daughter. Trump's daughter. Yes, I'm pretty sure it was Trump's daughter, or it may have been his granddaughter or something. So the question here today, guys, to win this book is, it's something we just talked about. So let's see if you're paying attention. When a professional fighter wants to get better, what does he look back upon in order? What does he practice in order to get really good again? If he's slacking, for example, what does he have? Fundamentals. Bam. Aaron Chavez got it. Aaron Chavez got it. Aaron Chavez. We'll do some more. Don't worry if you didn't get it. Aaron Chavez, send me a message on our Discord, and we'll go ahead and have that sent out to you, brother. The Discord link is in the description below, and you can always get me on there. I'm going to go ahead and put that here on my notes. Aaron Chavez book. Awesome, guys. So let's finish our request. I know we got a couple super chats here. Faded Tim, thank you so much for the super chat. Faded Tim, he said CND ascending triangle. We'll take a look at that as well, and let's go ahead and dive right into this. So let's pull up Dent. We got a request for Dent. BTC not pulling up, unfortunately. That means it's not on TradingView. So what we can do is go ahead and minimize this screen and pull up coin market cap, and we'll find out if Dent is right on there. Let's see what we've got here. Rank number 55, $700 billion market cap. Looks like we had this huge parabolic uprising. What I would say at this point, I can't do a technical analysis on this coin. However, in terms of using it as a coin to trade, I would say that's, I mean, it's fairly large in market cap right now. Looks like it's finding some stability. You can easily day trade this coin. I mean, you can easily set up, there's a support level right here. So that's kind of the extent to which I can do a technical on this coin, being that it's not listed here on Binance or Bittrex, which means I can't pull it up on TradingView. So let's pull up Funfair. Funfair. This is actually a VIP request that we had received on our VIP access. So if you guys are VIPs, we have this chat. This is for all emeralds and above. So if you're an emerald, you can look at this. Garbage said EOS. Got it. Alright, so that will be first come, first serve for them. That'll be after Funfair. So let's look at Funfair. Somebody said, how do you become a patron? I posted the link in the chat for you. How about that? There you go. So it's in the description. Let's look at this. So we have support right here around 894 Satoshis. What I would tell you, looking at this chart already, is we're obviously forming a more and more a narrower channel than what was previously done here. Looking at this chart, let me go ahead and also remove this here. So there is some resistance right around the 1,237 Satoshi level. This channel right here, to me, looks like a really good channel to trade for as a day trader. Look at that volatility. So what are you looking for when trading as a day trader? You're looking for volatility. You can see there's some extensive support here right around 1,000 Satoshis. You can see where the resistance is being found here right around 1,118 Satoshis. You can see it's bouncing back and forth within this channel. So what I would say, looking at this type of chart, at least for as a day trade, you can easily lock in profits with that type of volatility. But then looking at it for a little bit more of like a swing trader's perspective, you know, to be quite frank with you, we are at these high levels. That is the truth about Funfair. It's coming down from these previous levels, looking at Satoshis once again. Now, being the fact that it's finding support here, which it found support, and it formed a very similar pattern previously here, right around December 30th up until around January 1st, I think you can certainly count on this coin to either follow its previous pattern and continue to jump up, kind of like how Ripple was, or if it starts breaking support, you can start, you know, setting up your stop losses and protecting your profits to ensure maximum profit potential. So what I would say is continue to watch this chart, guys. Let this chart mature a little bit. It's obviously getting more and more narrow, and it's kind of forming almost like a, you know, a type of pennant. If you draw this out, you can see it's kind of getting more and more narrower. If you guys don't know what a pennant looks like, you can actually go in our Discord, go under Trading 101. C Reporter said UFR. Okay, now they're taking advantage of their privileges. I'm just kidding. That's what it's for. So VIP access, you can request any coin you want. Ray blocks. Yes, we will be doing Ray blocks, Alex. I got it. Alex NY. Bam. So if you go here to Trading 101, pull up a pennant, you can see exactly how this forms out. Something gets a little bit more and more narrow. What you're looking for in a pennant is support and resistance levels to narrow themselves out a little bit. So it really, it's like squeezing into a triangle and then it pops. So it's like you're building up momentum, you're building up that friction, you're building it up, and it just builds up so much that it pops. So it sometimes it pops down, so most of the time it pops up, because if it's down, you'll see a downward trend, a downward sloping trend. One thing that does interest me here is we see these huge sell volume bars here, and that's sometimes a little bit of a worry to me, because that could be a sign of institutional investors pulling out. Now, is that necessarily the case here? Well, you can see this buy volume right here was definitely institutional money. This right here, this is not regular money. This is a huge amount of volume that had been pretty sudden. If you pull up the 1 day, you can see a clearer view of that. You can see where there's these huge spikes in volume, but there was a huge spike in sell volume higher than any other buy volume, which in a way can be concerning, because for this amount of sell volume to occur, it could either be somebody that's inside within the company that has the majority of the coins, or institutional traders. So I would be cautious of that, because that's just too sudden. So hopefully that helps out a little bit with Funfair. Allow that pennant to form itself out and make its move. So we're going to take some of our VIP access requests here, EOS, BTC. And I do want to give a couple shout outs here. We do have some new patrons. We got somebody here, TN Coca. Alex Yadagachi just became a emerald. Joshua Hip just became an emerald as well. Good to have you in the emerald team, brother. Yabkubor just became a brand new ruby. You'll be allowed in our Night Owl tonight, which is a ruby and above Night Owl. Victoria just became a brand new sapphire. So you'll be getting all of our podcasts sent to you via email instant alert through Patreon. So good to have you guys on the team. Let's look at EOS. I was already looking at this chart here. I was trading it, and you can see there's some clear resistance and support levels here. Let's pull up a little bit closer into the 1 hour, and as you can see, there's a little bit clearer of a view. If you guys want to get a clearer view, just get it a little bit closer. So the closer you get, the clearer the view. You can see we're still following this channel. We're seeing these huge spikes in volume, huge spikes in price, followed by that resistance, which is right around 70,000 Satoshis. So I would watch this. You know, it's forming a channel that gives you the peace of mind. See, channels equals, in my opinion, peace of mind, because in a channel you have a support and resistance levels. Well, Naeem, what's a support level? What's a resistance level? This is what a support and a resistance level is. Imagine having a ball right over here on the top, right here. Imagine having a ball, and then that ball going bounce. It doesn't go all the way up. Bounce. 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 So what am I doing here? This is what I'm doing. I'm trying to show you guys what a channel is. A channel is almost like having a ground and a roof, right? So it's like almost like a structure. You know, you have this support level, you have this resistance, and the prices bounce back and forth within that channel. And you have to be cautious of these channels, because channels are used in every form of trading, whether that's day trading, swing trading, or even as a value investor. If you're dollar cost averaging, sometimes you want to look at different patterns within the week. You know, sometimes there's certain days that act better for the coin than others. So hopefully this has helped out a little bit with EOS. I would say at this point to just continue to watch this channel move. I don't have much worries about it. Matter of fact, I don't have much worries about a lot of the coins. That's why even Ripple, I know I mentioned that you have to be careful, but at the end of the day, the market cap, in my opinion, is going to start shooting towards $1 trillion. I think it's going to rush towards there. That's going to be a big even. Anytime you approach big even, you have to be cautious, have your eyes set out. Look at Ethereum and Ripple, guys. Ethereum and Ripple are both at $122 billion. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? They are both competing with each other here at $122 billion. I think that is phenomenal. And to be quite frank with you, I think Ethereum may have an edge over the next couple of days, because Ripple has had extensive months thus far. You know, we've only been 7 days in the month. So, yeah, it looks like Ethereum might be throwing itself back in the lead. So, for EOS, I'd continue to watch this, allow this channel to develop, maybe even trade within the channel, set up your stop losses properly, you can have something good there. So let's pull up UFR. Let's see what UFR has in store for us tonight. Looks like, is that going to pull up, or unfortunately not? Wow. Up firing. Looks like rank 408. I wouldn't trade this coin. I'll tell you why I wouldn't trade this coin, because it's under a $100 million market cap. When I see a market cap under $100 million, especially this low, 20 million, extremely susceptible to price manipulation, and price manipulation is never a fun thing. So it's definitely something that occurs though. So you have to be careful with these types of coins. You know, that's something I can tell you about UFR. Other than that, there's not much technical analysis I can do, because this had this parabolic run up. Volume is at 2 million, so that could easily be, I mean, it's probably not one person, but it could easily, if somebody with $2 million push this volume double, it will go to 4 million just with somebody that has $2 million, which isn't much when looking at a market like this that is global and open to the masses. We got some awesome people here, so let's take some questions, guys. Let's go ahead and take some quick questions here. Let's go ahead and let's do another book giveaway. So here's the book giveaway question. Once again, somebody said, which book is that? This is The Internet of Money. If you guys don't know, on our Discord, we have all of our helpful reads here for you guys. If you guys go to tools, go under helpful reads, I have all of my favorite books here pertaining to cryptocurrency. And what I'll tell you right now is, I know I spoke out a little bit to you guys, you know, it's saying, you know, some of you guys are at home, you know, some of you guys work from home, some of you guys have day jobs, you have kids, you have priorities, you have other things in your life that require your time. One thing I'll tell you is, before you trade anything, you have to understand what you're trading, and understanding it starts with reading, and reading is the most basic form of education, right? So I would highly recommend that all of you guys start to educate yourself, whether it's these books or other books, on the understanding of blockchain technology, distributed ledgers, decentralization, and so forth. So our question here is going to be this. That guy said, "Elo, this guy is so full of himself, he can't take a moment and read chat." Well, you know, that's funny, that guy 808, because I actually, you know, get tons of messages from people saying that I'm one of the only live streamers that read the chat. So we're gonna go ahead and click put user in timeout and put him in the corner, and put the little cone hat on top of his head for a second, just to show him what our standards are here at Snipers 2, because we only have the best community members on this live stream. We want to make sure that we bring you guys the most valuable content, and we protect you guys from other users who try to belittle the community and drop the value of what is potentially going to become one of the largest, most powerful communities in cryptocurrency, and that's Sniper's Tube. So with that being said, guys, what we're going to do at this point is give away this book to one of you guys. And the question for this giveaway is this: what does the EMA stand for in full spelling without any spelling miscorrection or whatever? Without any spelling errors. Somebody said got sniped. Me like coin. Travis J said ROFL. Alright, let's see who gets this. Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh, there you go. Somebody got it. Somebody got it. Let's see here. Oh, wait, before we pick the winner, we got another one here. Music Maker Fan. Boy, you're a joke. All you crypto idiots don't know SHIT. I've been trading for 19 months. Full time for 19 months. Wow, man. You haven't made any investments worthy enough to get you out of the trading day job? Let's go ahead and put this individual here in timeout so you can focus more on his trades, because I'm sure it takes up a lot of his time. Anyways, and what I mean by that, guys, is eventually you want to become a full-time value investor, right? You guys want to be able to just leave your money sitting in an area where it's continuously earning more than your traditional day job income, right? And that was what allowed me to leave my job on October 19, 2017, was the fact that I was able to start with $100 in traditional markets, go from traditional markets to Forex, to crypto, and then finally get to the point where I was able to say bye-bye to the day job and take the ring off of my boss's finger and put that on my wife's finger. I don't have a wife though, so not yet, but my future wife, because who wants a man that just goes home to work, home to work, home to work, work to home, work to home, work to home? Anyways, let's not get into that. I'm sorry for my passion, guys. I have such a passion for help. Like, I get so many messages from some of you guys. Matter of fact, I know I'm supposed to give away this book, but if you guys go to success stories here on our Discord, let's just read one real quick. This is just beautiful, guys. Look at this. Just read this. 18,000 in 3 weeks ago, up to 53,000. Time to step it up and make some big moves. Like to be at 200,000 by the end of the month. 1 million before March. Giddy up. Look at that. Started 4 weeks ago with 10,000. Bought NEO, XRP, ETH, TRX, OST, XVG. Now it's 74,000 already. 10,000 is $74,000. That means he made $64,000 in profit in 1 month. Look at this. I started with 15,000 about 3 weeks ago. Since then, I have sold and bought many different coins, had regrets over selling some too early and missing some good buys. Overall, I feel that I've learned a lot and have significantly increased my portfolio. I'm thankful for this wonderful group and for everyone who contributes to our learning and growth. There's another success story from one of our rubies, Crypto Jose. I'll hopefully see you tonight in our Ruby and Above Night Owl, brother. Somebody said, what's Ruby and Above? Ruby and Above, that is our Night Owl tonight. So we're going to have all of our Patreons at our Ruby and Above Night Owl tonight. Shout out to our new Emerald Patreon. We just got a new one, Joshua Hip. Tony TRX just became a new Sapphire. So you'll be getting all of the recordings of our podcasts and our Night Owls. Andrew Hance just became a new Gold member. He'll be receiving all of the trade alerts. And Victoria, brand new Sapphire. You'll be getting that too. That's more for those that are on the go. So the winner here for this book, guys, Ethan Zoller said he said estimated moving average. No, it's exponential moving average, and he spelled average wrong. Let's see. Exponential. Terry Tom Brown. So some of you guys may have thought that you guys were first because on your screen it said you were first. But on my screen, this person was the first one. So I just want you guys to understand that. Every screen is different. But it was obviously the first one that popped up on my screen. So Terry Tom Brown, go ahead and send me a private message, brother, on Discord. And go ahead and get your book claimed as soon as we can verify your account. And we'll go from there. So let's dive into our technical analysis, guys. And let's see what you guys are saying here, though. Somebody said, love it. Why go home to work when you can work at home? Stanley, that's funny. Somebody said you got a crypto honey. Somebody said that was lame. Too late to invest. Preach, brother. I love it. Sniper is the bomb. I like the way you handle these clowns. 100, David Dyer. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. I have 3,600% gain because of your teaching, sir. That is awesome, Joey. Joey's got a 3,600% gain because of our teachings. He says your teachings. I am humbled by that, but I think it's our teachings. I think it's the community. It's not necessarily it's not necessarily just me. Joey Shabuba said marriage is the biggest bear market on earth. Don't do it. All right, let's get into this. I don't endorse that. That was his statement. I want to be happily married and have amazing kids and raise them up to be great patrons. Not patrons. I was gonna say not patrons, but what is it called? Patriots. Let's go ahead and check this chart out, guys. So Bitcoin finding resistance right now, right around 17,142, and we're finding some support here, right around $12,200. So somebody asked what was the channel for Bitcoin. That's the channel that I would be watching. Once again, we're most likely going to break through these resistance levels, start seeing new all-time highs, being the fact that we're finding resistance where we previously found resistance right over here. But as you can see, once the resistance is built, minor sell-off, price shoots up. So hopefully none of you guys are getting rid of your Bitcoin right now and you're making your positions worthwhile for the next upcoming weeks when Bitcoin sees its test at $20,000. So let's go ahead and pull up our donations here. Somebody said, what is sleep when the market never closes? That is funny. Free gold, Joey King. That is hilarious. All right, let's pull up Mana. We got to pull up Mana. M-A-N-A BTC. So this was a request that we got through, I believe it was either Super Chat or our VIP access. You can see here there's some clear support levels right around 492 Satoshis. We had some resistance right around, looks to be 846 Satoshis. I'd probably call it right around there. We broke out of that channel. Once we broke out of this channel, now we're seeing these new rise. We're seeing a ton of bull flags form. This looks like a bull flag to me right here. This was a bull flag. If you guys don't know what a bull flag is, it's another definition or another word of what flag continuation. So, oh, look at the success rate. Started with $9,100 and now have over $45,000 in 4 weeks. So grateful for this community and the ability to talk with people that have knowledge, some more than others. Thanks, Naeem, and your team. Thank you so much. I love crypto. That is awesome, man. Good to hear that from you, brother. Started with 3,000, turned into 45,000 with TRX. Guess I gauged the hype correctly. Started trading January 1st. Started with $200 in TRX. Made my first 1,000 just with TRX. I'm 16. Guys, we got 16-year-olds making moves, making it happen. So what does a flag continuation look like? This is how the flag continuation looks like. It's pretty much, think of this on a larger scale. That's how bull flags are formed. Flag continuation, bam, flag continuation. Most likely to see a pop right here. If we pull up the day trading chart, I call it day trading chart, but it's a 1 minute chart. You can see, wow, this is a beautiful chart to trade because you know where the support is. It's actually, I would call 2 support levels here. I would draw them out together just in case you're trading it, and just watch this swing. And once again, you can see here the bull flag in clear notation. You can see it drops down and starts to mellow out, and that's pretty much how the bull flag is formed. You see these levels right over here, and if you want to remove the support levels, you guys can have a better view of that. That's the bull flag right over there, guys. So pretty similar to this, right? Pretty similar? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Same or not? It's the same. It's the same, guys. It is the same. Sometimes if you have a double monitor setup, for those of you that have a double monitor, who here has a double monitor setup? Let's look at the chat. $20 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Let's go ahead and look at what that was. I I can pull it up on this screen. Ben Runyon said, XLM prediction, please. Quality community here. Made my first crypto gains in your Discord and going to keep going. That is awesome, Ben. Good to hear that. We will be doing XLM right after Mana. Somebody said triple monitors. I got 4, brah. Bryce love it. Tim Ventura said ultra wide in the house. I was thinking about doing the ultra wide, but I figured I didn't know how it was going to work with my recording. You know, because you recorded 1280 by 1080 or 1080 by 720, and I just didn't know how that was going to act with the monitor. So I had a friend tell me it wouldn't work out, so I figured it wouldn't. Somebody said I have 69 monitors. It's insane. That is hilarious. What are your thoughts on Ethereum? Kamak, we already covered Ethereum. We will be doing Dogecoin as well, Daniel. Annual said I have a double screen setup. I have 5 screens, Troy. My mentor always told me 8 screens minimum. That is funny, Omar. I don't know if he's making fun of me or what, but anyways, you see there's obviously a flag continuation here. Once this flag continuation concludes itself, you can see it's starting to find a little bit of support. Here's what you guys want to look for when looking at a flag continuation. I'm going to make this very clear for you guys. So it's actually on the Discord. So this is the Discord. This is, somebody said, where's the Discord? The link is in the description. I'll post it on the chat right now. So if you guys want to just pop up that chat, I went ahead and posted that on the chat for you guys. But when you guys go on the Discord, all you really need to do is watch this chart and actually pay attention to these price points. And what I mean by that is look at these edges. The edges are what matter here. So you see there's an edge here, which is signaling a resistance level. And then you have this support level in a descending pattern. It forms another resistance, another support touch, and then it hits the resistance once again, drops back down, but doesn't go back down to the support levels. That's exactly what you're looking for here. You see how it doesn't go back down to these support levels? It almost stops halfway. This is an indicator that's going to be a potential breakout here for this coin Mana. So you can see here, even looking at this chart, this is really where resistance is forming. It's getting close to the tip of this triangle. It could easily pop out. This could also be considered a pennant. So you guys see how you're taking multiple different patterns and you're utilizing every single one. So this is also a pennant. Look, it's a pennant forming. So all of this is just a little, as you guys get a better understanding of trading, you guys will get better at understanding that. So somebody said, what are those indicators? We have the 3 moving averages here. We have the EMA right over here. The 3 moving averages are set on the 50-day, 100-day, 200-day. The RSI, if the RSI is over 70, something is overbought, most likely going to drop. What does that mean? Well, if you look here where we peaked out on this price, RSI right here in the bottom in purple went over 70, and then that could have been an indicator that it may have been a good time to sell. It dropped down. You can see that's when the RSI dropped as well. So hopefully that helps out a little bit. We just got another super chat from Shlob. What's your price prediction on Request Network? I'll have to write that one down here in our list. And then Carlos Gonzalez, thank you so much, brother. You forgot about my Vertcoin. No, I didn't. I still have that on the list. Don't worry, brother. Carlos, I got you, brother. Vertcoin is on the way. I still have that here. Let me reply to these messages really quick. Why CoinMarketCap removed BitThumb from the chart XRP at number 3? Please check now. Oh, check this out. XRP is number 3 now, apparently. Let's see if that's true. Yep, XRP is number 3, guys. XRP back. Ethereum back in the lead. Ripple just dropped. Ripple just dropped, guys. Breaking news. Ripple just dropped. Wow. Ripple just dropped. So let's see if what we drew out was good. Look at Ripple's price. Why is it $2.64 here? It was not $2.64 a second ago. That is interesting. Yeah, this just dropped out of nowhere. I don't get this. That could be a bad sign here. I actually may need to go ahead and trigger my stop losses. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta go trade too, guys. I'm a trader too. Man, I do these live streams, but if Ripple just dropped, I'm wondering which exchanges it dropped on right now. Bittrex, it's trading at 261. Are you kidding? Wow. Yeah. See, I told you guys, be careful. You guys got to be careful with coins that are at these highs And I told you guys, we saw this head and shoulder form. It was a reversal. It was a reversal. It was a clean reversal. Man, that is unfortunate. But yes, Ripple has just dropped, and now our positions hopefully are safe. Who here had their stop losses set up? Yeah, but it just had a very sudden drop. Somebody said BTC is falling. Jesse said, I love watching the panic. Well, you know, I'm still at a profit, but I was hoping to rebalance. I don't mind holding. Holding for me is typically what I do, but I was going to rebalance myself. Sold all my Ripple, waiting for the Ripple FUD to start and buying back the dip. Julio. That's smart. Yeah. Oh, they removed the Korean market, somebody said. Interesting. Ripple dropped because of the co-founder screwing the traders over. He owns 37% and was holding BTC, somebody said. Interesting. Somebody said, move your Ripple to LTC. They removed Korea market from market cap. Oh, okay. Okay. I was just wondering. Yeah, maybe it didn't drop, guys. Yeah, it probably didn't drop. Because looking at this chart, it didn't drop. So it seems like they just removed the Korean markets. Pretty much what happens is you have the Korean markets. They have these overinflated prices. You can see here, this is one Korean market. It's at $3.90. That's why this price was so high, and it just dropped immediately on the live stream, because this was at $3 something cents earlier, like minutes ago, and then it dropped down. Or at least the market cap was at over, it was 122 billion. Remember? Do you guys remember the market cap was just like Ethereum, but then it out of nowhere just lost all that market cap? It seems like the Korean markets took it off the exchange, or CoinMarket took the Korean markets off. But even though I see this one, I don't understand why. Maybe they're just not averaging this price against the Korean market anymore, which would be a good idea in my opinion, because you know it's just been very diluted in my opinion over the past, you know, forever since CoinMarketCap has been around, and you know you can't really tell what the prices really are in the American exchanges versus the Korean exchanges, where you're paying $3.90, $3.95. So I think that's why they added this asterisk here, because it is a Korean exchange. That's why they're doing that. So now they're just, that is awesome. That's good that CoinMarketCap is doing that. Buy instantly with credit card? That's interesting. I wonder what service that is. But yes, that's probably exactly what happened. I mean, even if we go to CoinMarketCap's news website, I'm sure they announced that. So yeah, so now Korean exchanges aren't going to be influencing the average market price here, you know, when looking at total market cap, guys. So that's good. They've been doing a lot of improvements. I know for BitConnect, they removed all of their circulating supply, so it dropped BitConnect back down to like 25. So, you know, they're making sure that these indicators are a little bit more accurate so that our trading can be better. So props to CoinMarketCap, guys. So who do we got on the live stream? Let's take some quick questions. Shout out to Armin for the super chat. Thank you, Armin. Do you use ASI versus RSI and use bigger time frames to predict price movement in smaller time frames? I like to use the RSI more than the ASI, just because the RSI for me is a little bit more accurate, and that's just what I found trading traditional stocks and even trading crypto. It's worked very well for me. And yes, I do use the bigger time frames to predict price movement in smaller time frames, because you can see different patterns, Armin. So patterns are universal. So when you're seeing a pattern, and like right now we're looking at the 1 hour, we see that this was descending, started to rise up a little bit, found some support. Now it's pretty much not as volatile as it was here, and then you can understand the fact that, okay, it's not as volatile, but let's see what the 1 minute looks like, and you see there is volatility. You just have to be able to trade it properly. So it's all about what perspective you have, looking at different charts, looking at different time frames, because even the moving average will change based on the time frame, because you see the 1 hour, we're over the moving average, but then you look at the 1 day and we're way over the moving average. So hopefully that assisted a little bit, Armin. Thank you so much for the super chat. We just got another super chat here from Ricardo Ruiz. All the Korean markets on XRP has a asterisk next to the money. Awesome. That's good. Shout out to Aaron Manning. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for everything, Naeem. Hold XRP. Okay, I'll hold it then. You know, that was always my plan. I just wanted to rebalance my portfolio. I typically rebalance anytime my portfolio doubles in certain areas. So that's what I was doing there. Unbelievable how XRP dropped, somebody said. Yeah, I swear market cap was at 820 billion an hour or two ago. I'm glad you said that, Guriel. So you guys noticed these market caps just totally jump up and down out of nowhere, but I have a feeling that they're not including the Korean markets in these market cap valuations right now. That's just something I feel like they're doing, whether we're right or not. Because look, when you look at the market cap, you look at one day, you can see it's just extremely volatile, just like the market. You look at the 1 month, there's a small uptrend. 3 month, 1 year, you can see that huge uptrend. So that's that. Somebody said, when is the night owl tonight? The night owl is going to be after the live stream. So if you guys don't know how Sniper's Tube works, we do our live stream, but then we do a night owl afterwards typically. And the night owl, instead of having this one-way monologue type of communication, we have a two-way dialogue with you guys. So we actually have a Discord, which is a mobile, desktop, and web version. There's an app for that as well. On every version and any platform, and you guys can actually download this and engage with our community, engage with me, and then our night owl tonight will be for rubies and above. So any ruby and above, so if you're a ruby Patreon and above, you guys can come into our night owl and ask me questions. If you guys are more introvert, you guys just want to listen in, you're more than welcome to. Just go down here to ruby plus night owl. Somebody said, how do we become Patreon? To become the patron, you just go on the link in the description. I'll post it on the chat right now for you guys. So if you guys, the description has it there too, but there's different tiers and stuff. Some people get trade alerts, some people get my portfolio updates, some people get the custom portfolio reviews, some people get, there's different stuff there, one-on-one. So any Ruby and above will be allowed into the VIP Night Owl tonight. I think we also got a VIP access request. Let's go ahead and look at that. Yes, we did. So our VIP access, Dear Naim, do you use EcoChip Cloud Indicator while trade? Can you teach us about it? No, I don't use that, Kevin. So somebody said, what is the VIP access? This is for emeralds and above. So we've been, setting up our tiers for all of our Patreons just so that we can ensure everybody gets value for what they provide. So all emeralds and above can actually have special requests on all of our live streams. So that's also on Patreon. We got our diamond is online too, Tim. Look at that. So he said, do I use that indicator? No, I don't. I typically just stick with candles. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, you guys can actually go here and you see there's other indicators that you guys can use. Is that what you're talking about? Or let me see. Cloud indicator. No, I don't use the cloud indicator. I thought you were referring to the Heiken Ashi. But if you guys don't know, this is a little bit more refined version of candlesticks. It kind of takes the price into consideration, has different arithmetic data that it utilizes to create the candle, but well, in that case it's not a candle, but this is a candlestick. You have the wick on top. The wick right here can show price movements as well. All of it is important when trading, guys. You just have to understand it. Somebody said Lax Player, good to have you, man. It's been a while. I remember you had 13 viewers. Now you have so many. You have become okay, that's not nice, Lax. I thought you were cool, Lax. I thought you were with us since the beginning, man. You were OG. The market cap is down as well. Yes, so this all got sliced in half. So let me see what somebody said. Grant said, didn't crash Cryptopia, just halted LTC for now. For sure. So let's jump into this technical analysis, guys. We're looking at Bitcoin now. We do have a couple requests. Let's look at XLM now and get that out of the way here. And pop that open, see what we have going on here. XLM. So looking at the 1 hour, let's go ahead and kind of zoom in here. You guys see that we do have this trend pretty much going over the previous resistance, now forming some, looks like support levels here for XLM. You can see if you actually move this down right here, it turns into its support level. And then if you find the resistance, it could very well be considered right here, right around 4,799 Satoshis. Or you can even find resistance right here around 6,146 Satoshis. But what I would say, depending on what type of trade you're making, I would put the resistance up there. Watch this channel form. It's getting more and more narrow as it forms its channel here. If you guys look here, you can even slightly curve this, and you can even draw this out like that. So it's obviously getting more and more narrow. I'm going to be watching this coin. I still do have a stake in this. I was day trading this yesterday. It didn't hit the price level I was looking for it to hit, but now it's forming this clear pennant. And once again, a pennant does indicate a potential breakout here for XLM. So if you guys look here and you pull up a pennant, somebody said it looked like this. Can you check out Ray blocks, please? Yes, we do have Ray blocks on the wait list, so we will be doing that. But when you pull up, if you look here, you can go to Trading 101, and you see here what the pennant looks like. And pennant is created when there's a significant movement in the stock followed by a period of consolidation. This creates the pennant shape due to the converging lines. So same exact thing you see here, guys. You see this getting a little bit more and more narrow, forming this pattern, and this eventually will shoot out. The more narrow something gets, the more pressure it's creating. And XNZ said, I'm a portfolio manager and MBA graduate. I love your technical analysis, but I think you can add some fundamental analysis about different projects. Intrinsic value, I made about 700,000 in ETH. I love that, XNZ. So there's two types of, I guess you can call them, ways to research or make a decision, or it's really just research, right? So there's fundamental analysis and technical analysis. Both of them are different forms of research. You're researching the technical analysis, looking at patterns, looking at the, the volume, looking at different levels, looking at total market supply, stuff like that. And then there's fundamentals where you're actually looking at the project. What is the project's value? What does it bring to the table? For me, I like to look at 4 different fundamental aspects of a project. So if I'm looking at a coin, for example, let's say we pull up, I'll pull up a coin like Stellar, right? So Stellar, or even Ripple. Let's pull up Ripple. So Stellar is a fork of Ripple, but Ripple itself is a niche banking coin. So it's working with banks. There's over 200 banks that have currently partnered with Ripple. I think it's just now reaching about 300 banks that are currently working with Ripple, utilizing the Ripple net, which is the blockchain that the XRP token is built on top of. And not only that, what's interesting about Ripple is the CEO and founder, current CEO right now is the ex-CEO of AOL, but the founder who actually created Ripple was the individual who actually had MT Gox under his belt. He also had this, I think it was a cloud storage or some sort of storage type of company back in the .com era, where he'd created a lot of success on that company. And then he went ahead and forked Ripple, created Stellar. But Ripple itself was founded on the premise of helping and assisting banks with their foreign transaction fees, with their foreign systems, everything in terms of utilizing the SWIFT network is what they were using prior, which was extremely slow. The SWIFT network was extremely unreliable. I mean, it was reliable, but it wasn't what Ripple is. Ripple's built on blockchain. It's on a distributed ledger. It's extremely fast. It's it's got all of these other attributes that allow it to really show banks what blockchain is really made out of. And I think as XRP gains more liquidity, as the price valuation goes up and it starts to reach 200 billion, 300 billion, 400 billion, and it's gaining this liquidity, banks will have a lot more trust in utilizing the XRP token rather than just utilizing the Ripple net, because obviously Ripple is charging these companies to utilize their services, but utilizing the XRP token instead of just the Ripple net will allow the banks to cut even more fees down, and that would obviously be good for XRP as a token. And there's a lot more facets to it, being that Ripple is centralized in some aspects, but at the same time it's not, because you can't really stop it from being traded. I mean, you can't just stop the XRP token. It's done. It's it's out. That's how coins work. But you can certainly look at it in a centralized form as well. But you look at Bitcoin, there's 5 main mining pools. There's Ethereum that has 3 main mining pools. That's centralized in some fashion as well. So anyways, somebody said, how many trading alerts are you aiming for in what time frame, please? I don't understand. I don't know if you're talking about the Patreon trading alerts. I don't know if you're talking about the trading alerts I set up in TradingView. I hope I had that understanding. Sashio said, I'm 19 years old and I look up to you. How old are you? I'm a full-time student, mortgage banker, and I'm to be as successful as you, bro. Thanks for all your knowledge you give me. Thank you, Sayo. Appreciate that. Yeah, no, I mean, I pretty much, when I got started, I was working full-time. I was working 9 to 5, and I was going to school full-time. I didn't have extra money. I started with traditional markets at $100, and I remember every single day trying to get my $100 to turn into $105, $110. Sometimes I would be under 100 at 98, 97, but until I seeked out mentors in this profession, in this industry, right, in this specialty, in this skill, was the time that I really started understanding what mattered, which was not necessarily just the technical side of it. To be honest with you, most of it is psychological, but the technical side really helped, because the technical side of it was the patterns, it was the indicators, it was the utilizing, you know, the RSI with the MACD and the Fibonacci. I mean, there's tons of different stuff that you can utilize in a market. But anyways, I don't want to keep rambling, guys, but yes, when I found my mentor, it really shed some light on what I really needed to focus on, rather than just trying to make another dollar in the market. And that's when I went to $200 and I doubled, but then I lost the 200 back to 100, and then I kept building my portfolio up from there in the traditional markets. But anyways, I can expect something to come up with XLM. I'm currently holding this right now from the trade I made yesterday. Pretty small though. I also have a bigger holding in it that I've decided to hold long term as a value investment, being that I really like the project. And what I would say is just to continue to watch this project go and allow this pennant to form itself out, see where the breakout occurs. RSI is low, volume is low. All it needs is a little bit more of a volume push, and you can see these prices soaring through the roof. So that's what I would say for XLM, as I am currently holding it. Let's look at Vertcoin. Vertcoin. Sorry for these late requests, but Vertcoin is important. So we'll do VTC and take a look at that. So with Vertcoin, oh, by the way, we did get some super chats. Jonathan Hines said the market cap is down as well. Yes, it is. Any of you guys have questions, by the way? Let's see if there's any questions. Everybody's saying TRX. We will do TRX. How about that? We'll do TRX soon. Don't worry. We will do TRX. Mohammed said I'm mad now. Justin's son tweeted and proved it wasn't his account. Interesting. Man, ETH just keep going up, 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 up. Yes. Using a bot to trade, a good idea. If you know how to use the bot, Brett. Bots can be extremely dangerous, so make sure you know how to use it. Verge. Verge is on the list. If you would watch a live stream about holding, say, beer. Rev's live was awesome. Learned a lot from it in a short period of time. Asked him to do it more often. Absolutely, Mr. Wolf. That's awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. How many trading lifts are you aiming for, and what time frame, please? Ashley, I would say it really depends on what you're trading. You know, when I'm day trading versus swing trading versus, you know, looking at a coin, just analyzing its price levels, seeing it's a potential investment, I'm looking at a lot of different aspects of it. I'm looking at different volume indicators. I'm looking at different levels of RSI at certain points. I'm looking at where the RSI is at compared to the candlestick at different points, seeing where is the stability. I look at the averages. What is the 50-day? What is the 200-day? What is the 100-day? So it's really just getting good at one at a time. That's what I would recommend for each one of you guys. So if you guys have this overwhelming amount of desire to get really good at trading, to really take advantage of this cryptocurrency market and have the success stories that you've seen on our Discord, I would highly implore each and every one of you guys to focus on each indicator one at a time, because that's what I did. I started with the RSI. I remember that. I started with RSI. It was before I even had volume down, and then I started with the volume, and then I combined the RSI and the volume, and then I had the MACD, and then the Fibonacci retracement, and then, you know, I just continued to add patterns to my belt. And the more patterns you understand, the more you'll have a full understanding. And here's how you know you're getting better at trading. You start becoming dynamic. I think with any profession, becoming dynamic is really where things get taken to the next level. So I highly encourage you guys to seek dynamic, seek a dynamic trading style. Rasmus said, hey man, how do you see projects like Power Ledger and Ray-Blocks? I think Ray-Blocks, we're going to go over it soon, but Ray-Blocks, you know, extremely fast. I think it's cool. I think as it gains more of these exchanges like Binance, that will open up the door for a lot more demand, which in my opinion will increase the price, because price is all about supply and demand. Somebody said, why is Ripple so low right now? It's low on TradingView. Do not sell your XRP LMAO. What terrible advice. Nobody advised that. Never stop pulling. So I never said sell your XRP, but you know, I wanted to see where the price was when we saw that price drop literally from what, $122 billion market cap to $100 billion out of nowhere. That would have been an indicator of something serious, but it was just coin market cap, so there was no big deal. Somebody said XRP is on danger situation. Don't forget your rap skills. That is hilarious. I'm new to trading. I'm going to long-term and trade. Is $200 a good initial investment, or am I missing out on the crypto year? Love your videos, Naeem. Thank you, Ramil. Appreciate that. I would say this. I would say if you're starting off investing in crypto, here's something basic that I could recommend to myself, more or less recommend to somebody else. Once again, this isn't financial advice, but if I had $1,000, right, and I had $1,000 to invest, this is your goal, right? Asset allocation. That's a form of risk management. How do you allocate your assets? Here's a good way. You can utilize XNZ. We already saw your chat, man. XNZ, I already saw that. That's the second time you posted that, man. So you just keep posting, I guess. So when you look at a portfolio, you can divvy it up. You can say, all right, let me get 25% in XRP Ripple, 25% in Bitcoin, 25% in Ethereum. That's 75%. Now you have 25% left. If you want, you can do 5% in a ton of different coins, right? So you can do 5% here in maybe a top 40, 5% here, 5% here, 5% here. You can divvy up $1,000 like that. Or if you want, you can do 20% Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum, 10% Ripple, that's 50%. Then do 10% from the top 10, 10% from the top 20, 10% from the top 30, and then another 10% in the top 40. So there's a lot of ways to diversify your portfolio, but risk management is all about asset allocation, which is all about diversification. And diversification is the best way to manage your risk. According to Ray Dalio, who wrote the book Principles, he's actually the largest holding, has the largest hedge fund in all of the United States of America. Wrote this book called Principles. I'd highly recommend it. He actually talks about the risk management and what it entails. And if you guys actually look here, you can see he actually posted really cool stuff on this book. He posted some graphs here showing what it means to have your assets allocated and what it actually does to your portfolio. And once again, this guy has had a tremendous amount of success in the market. So as you guys can see here, and let me just kind of pull this up for you guys. So this right here, this is what happens when you properly allocate your assets. Risk goes down. So your goal is to get your risk to go down. So hopefully that helped out and assisted in some way, shape, or form. So yes, we got a super chat here. I do want to give a couple shout outs. We're going to be having a Ruby Night Owl tonight for any of our Ruby patrons and above. Shout out to Elias Galijo. You're going to be getting your trade alerts when I do my trade alerts. Ken Keela, you're going to be getting my trade alerts. Shout out to you. Raymond Perez, good to have you as a new Ruby. You'll be at our Night Owl tonight. Carl Mercier, you'll be at our Night Owl tonight, where you can ask questions, get more in depth. Sukumar and Carlos and Jack just became new Rubies. So you guys will all be at the Night Owl tonight. Good to have you guys. And then lastly, Stephen Hoffians just became a new Sapphire. So you'll be getting all of our podcasts as well. Shout out to Stephen. Thank you so much for becoming a new Patreon. And let's go ahead and pull up the Vertcoin technical analysis here. I'm going to remove all of these drawing tools because that was when I was trading it using my Fibonacci. But we'll go ahead and look at the 1 day first. Get a bird's eye view of what's happening here. You can see it's consolidating a little bit. It's following this negative trend. You know, it is the truth. But at the same time, you can even see the bright side here of what's happening. So I would say in this type of trade, what you're looking for here, once again, in a pennant, the difference with a pennant and what we're seeing now is a pennant, the support levels are increasing. This isn't a pennant because the support levels are not increasing, they're decreasing right now. So this would be considered a descending triangle because it's going downhill. And you can see here, if you were to draw this out like this, now that was obviously a really large level of increase, but right here, you can see it's descending. So what does the descending triangle look like? Well, you can go here, see exactly how that looks like. So you can see an ascending triangle support levels are increasing, descending triangle support levels are decreasing, and we're coming back from this huge rally down. So I would say to continue to just keep note of these price levels. It could always reverse from the pattern that it's currently creating. It's definitely creating a channel here. I'll also move this so you can see the channel that's forming. There is some support, it looks like right around 40,000 Satoshis, and then we are finding some resistance right around 90,000 Satoshis. So this is exactly a chart that you want to be not just cautious about, but you want to be more apprehensive about. And you can even just draw this out like this and then follow these lines. Utilize this channel as a way to put in your buy orders and your sell orders properly to ensure that you're doing it in the right manner. So hopefully that helps out here. DJ Nico said your analysis is on point. Hey, I'm a new patron. How can I get your alerts? Richard Santon. All of our alerts are going to be on our Patreon. So you get an instant email alert whenever I have my alerts set up. It's all going to be swing trading alerts. So there's 3 types of traders. There's a day trader, a swing trader, and a value investor. Day trades happen 20 to 30 a day. Swing trades are trades that maybe you buy now and then sell in 2 or 3 days from now or 4 days from now at a profit because you looked at maybe the hour or the 1 day or the 4 hour or the 3 hour or the 2 hour, and you hypothesized a pattern that was potentially forming or a breakout that was potentially about to occur. So I post all of my swing trading breakouts, potential breakouts on the trade alerts, and that it's, yesterday we didn't have any because I just couldn't find a chart that had a potential breakout. Today we had 2. 2 days ago we had 4 of them. So it's really dependent on the day. I'm really looking to only add the valuable content onto the Patreon. So hopefully that helps out. Richard Sane said, can you do more live trading? Really enjoyed it. For sure, we'll do that a lot more often. I enjoyed it too. What's going on, Abdallah? Good to have you on. So we're going to go ahead and start just finishing this up. So I would say watch this channel form. There's not much of a pattern here. Obviously, we're at low RSI levels. If I'm holding this coin right now, I would continue to hold. You do have these good support levels pretty much built up already. You saw this parabolic run up at first. Just watch this coin, let the chart mature a little bit, set up some stops, some trading alerts, I'm sorry, within this channel and even outside of this channel. I would even set up a trading alert right here around 69,000 Satoshis, just to be aware of where it's heading towards the channel. Is it going to go up again? Is it going to start dropping down past the support? If it drops support, we're probably going to see it correct back down to around 20,000 Satoshis. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll have to continue to watch this. And the reason I say that is because we have these previous support levels built around that area. So that's what I would say for Vertcoin. Let's go ahead and let's do let's see, we got a couple requests here. Let's do okay, XML, we did XLM already. Let's do MED BTC. MED is not pulling up, unfortunately. We can't do MED BTC. So MED MediBlock. Okay, let me see this. $257 million market cap. Okay, cool. It's not trading on any of the exchanges that are available here, so it's just not going to pull up. I can't do a technical on that, but just based on looking at the chart, what I'll tell you is looking at the all-time chart, it's starting to increase. So obviously you see this starting to run up there. I don't see too much parabolic growth, which is a good sign, but once again, this is a small market coin at the end of the day, so you just have to be careful with that at all times, no matter what. So we'll pull up the next request, which is Verge. Let's do Verge. So Verge and then Tron. Why don't we do it like that? Back to back, the 2 popular ones, the ones that you all want to see, the ones you all care about, the ones all you are invested in, right? Let's look at Verge, see what's popping here with Verge. Looking at Verge here, you can see it's definitely starting to consolidate, but it's getting more and more narrow, which is a good sign. Sorry, now to use my trackpad, my wireless mouse. Who here has a wireless mouse that runs out of battery? Doesn't it get annoying? It's like you forget to charge it because you're so tired or something, and then the next day it runs out of battery on you. So I like what I'm seeing with Verge. I like the fact that it's consolidating the way it is. I like the fact that it's getting tighter and tighter. Not only is it getting tighter, but when you look here, once again, we're seeing these patterns starting to form up a little bit more often. You can see here, perfect pennant is forming. Support levels are increasing. You see this slight descent in resistance, and it's exactly what's forming here is the pennant. So based on the technical side of this, looking at the pennant form, It's going to get more and more narrow. Eventually, it'll have the ability to shoot itself up. You can see RSI is starting to stabilize. Volume is starting to get a little bit lower at this point. So as soon as we see that spike in volume, I can see Verge starting to increase. I want to look at the 1 hour really quick, just to ensure this technical analysis. But yeah, exact same thing. So here's the pennant. You can even see it a little bit clearer here, and you see the clear support levels. This could even be a good day trade. I mean, you can see there's clear volatility, and that volatility can be a lot of gains. But yeah, there's the pennant right there. It's probably like a textbook pennant here. This is a perfect pennant. I like this. So Verge is forming a perfect pennant. That is awesome. Matter of fact, I'm going to screenshot this baby boy and post this one on our Discord. I like to post cool stuff like this. But yeah, this is looking really good. So good call, whoever called out Verge, and I'm going to go ahead and screenshot that one. So pretty cool, huh? Let's go ahead and look at Tron. TRX. Tron TRX. Lord Titus, thank you so much for the super chat, said, you recommend Electroneum. I do like Electroneum. It's one of my favorite ICOs that I've had a chance of investing in. I think the CEO has a big vision for it. He wants to enable mining on different platforms like the Xbox and your mobile phone and stuff like that, which I think is really cool and needed in this marketplace, especially for these third world countries that don't necessarily all have the highest percentages of families that own computers, but have more so families that have smartphones. And I think the smartphone aspect of mining can definitely be utilized, and the way they do it is so smart because they're not using your CPU or your GPU. They're not using your phone's processing power whatsoever. They're actually utilizing the hash that your phone has, and then putting that into a system where it understands how much power your phone has, and then the proof of stake of the coin that gets rewarded to you as if you were mining based upon the amount of hash on your phone. So it's almost like this illusion mining that occurs on your phone that's not really happening, but it's happening. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool feature. Somebody said, when you cover XRB, thank you, Orange, for the super chat. When you cover XRB, can you talk about whether you're interested in a long-term hold, value hold, or not? I would say XRB for me would be more long-term, being the fact that it enables, the technology behind XRB is just phenomenal in my opinion. If you guys want me to get into a more of an in-depth review, I can always make an ICO video. But I love the technology. I think as a long-term investor, I would definitely recommend it, or at least look into it. So I don't recommend anything, but I can tell you to look into it. I mean, it's kind of a recommendation, but you have to look into everything you get recommended. First of all, you can't just get recommended and then just, if you just get a restaurant recommendation but you don't know what it, why you're going there, then it's not going to be fun. So I would highly look into it if I were you guys. But a lot of pennants today, guys. I mean, even Tron, you can see here, had that initial breakout, which I like to see sometimes when a pennant is forming. It is getting a little bit, it's getting a little bit more and more stable here, not as much volatility. I think what we'll see is this maybe starting to curve down back to around these RSI levels that you see down here. You guys know you can even draw support levels for RSI. Did you guys know that? Maybe some of you didn't know that. I think we'll go back to these levels and then find support here and then most likely pop out of there. What I would say for me personally, because I'm trying to get a position in Verge, I'm going to set up a trade alert right here. And if it does hit this support level, once again, I don't mind buying Tron. And then I can always set up my stop loss right under the support level and then minimize any sort of potential loss if it does drop. But there's a gain, which typically happens after a pennant, and then I'm going to be benefiting. So I would say that for Tron right now. If it can go back to these levels, I may put in a position so I can take advantage of a bounce if it does occur. Seems like it may, because RSI is low even at that point. That point that we drew out was at 41 RSI. It's only 11 on top of 30, which is bottom. So we'll definitely have to continue to watch that over time. But that's what I would say for Tron right now. A lot of pennants are forming. So let's take some quick questions, guys. Take some quick questions before looking into our other requests and then heading over to our Discord Night Owl tonight. So it's going to be a Ruby and Above Night Owl. Can't wait to talk to a lot of you guys. Jesse E said it's not a real drop. He explained it. What indicator is the red and green lines on the bottom? Let me see really quick. these lines right here, these are volume indicators. So the higher this is, the more volume occurred within that time period, and then the higher the red one is, the more, well, it's either buy volume or sell volume. So somebody said, is Monero going to drop? I did not even get to read that. Can you recommend a good exchange? On our Discord, I actually have all of my favorite exchanges on there. So I know I talked about the Trading 101 on our Discord, but once again, if you guys go to our Discord and click resources, you can actually go to exchanges here. I have my two favorite here, Coinbase and Binance. Coinbase allows you to even use GDAX, so it's awesome grouping. And then I also have some alternate ones that some of you guys can use, like GDAX Gemini I sometimes use if I need a higher bank wire limit. Bittrex and Polynex is there as well. So those are some good exchanges that are fairly popular, and all of that is on there. Plastic, any suggestions for a good place to learn indicators in more depth? Yeah, absolutely, man. Our Discord is a perfect place. So you can go here, go to Trading 101, and just learn as much as you want. Read all these definitions. You know, obviously there's a lot, but we're still adding onto it, but we eventually want to add all the indicators there as well. So far we have the patterns, we have the definitions, but eventually I want to add images of the indicator. We have some big plans for that. So Zerdius says, thank you for your amazing content. What is your price prediction for the end of 2013 for XRP? Zerdius, let me teach you something very basic here. It's a principle. You can never predict prices, you can never predict price magnitude, but you can always determine price movement, and the movement is determined pretty much based upon the patterns and the indicators that you're using. Hi, do you have time to look at Music Coin? Interesting business model. Thank you, Claudia. Appreciate it, brother. For the super chat. I kind of I'm interested in that already. Music Coin, is it called Music? That is interesting. Music Coin. Let me pull up. I'm going to look at the total market cap really quick before I do the technical here. But thank you for the super chat, Claudia, and thank you for the recommendation, because this is interesting. Rank number 271. It's under 100 million, so it's still at 61 million. That's susceptible to price manipulation. So I wouldn't necessarily, you know, it's not always the case with me, but I would say for the majority of you guys that are just starting off, it's not good to go under 100 million. For me personally, I do, you know, I don't mind looking at a lot of coins that are very low market cap, if not no market cap, but you know, I feel like I have the intuition to be able to look at the coins and determine, you know, whether it's a good trade or not. So for some of you guys that don't have that intuition yet, and intuition is something that's earned. It's something that you gain over time, you know. That's something that Lando had said at one of our night owls, and we had another individual say it another night, and it's 100% true. You know, intuition is gained through time, and if I were you guys, you know, just stay within the community, stay within the market, you'll gain that intuition. So obviously you have this upward trend here with Music Coin. Let's go ahead and pull this up here. Jesse E said, Dogecoin is a great community of morons. A great community. I love the pun in that. A great community of morons. That's interesting. Somebody said, buy everything and hold. Ether's going up. Anthony Tavani said, subbed. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. So, let's see here. Anthony said, love technical analysis. Obviously, we're having this huge run up. I mean, you can't even draw this pattern out without seeing this huge run up. It's just clearing the 50-day, clearing the EMA, way over the EMA, which is the exponential moving average. At this point for Music Coin, I mean, to be honest, with a coin this low market cap, you know, I see sometimes I don't talk too much about what how I invest with these smaller cap coins, but number one, I don't invest as much capital. The reason being is you can see this is price manipulation, guys. Look at this. This is what I mean by price manipulation. This could easily happen with these small cap coins. Thank you, Roma, for the super chat, brother. What do you think for Ion? Let me put that here in the chat box here. But anyways, yeah, so you see this huge run up, and the buy volume's through the roof. You start seeing some retail investors sell, but then the prices get manipulated. But what I would say, Claudia, to be honest with you, I need to do more in-depth research on the actual ICO or the coin, the company, what they're planning to do with Music Coin, what they look to accomplish. In terms of a technical with a coin with this low of a market cap and all this volatility, you know, it's going to be hard for me to determine anything, especially right now with this huge run up. So I would say it's more about the fundamentals with a coin this small. So anytime I'm going small, I'm looking at fundamentals. If I'm trading things that are larger, you know, you can easily day trade that through patterns. So just be cautious of that. And let's go ahead and finish up these requests. I know we have several requests here. We have Med. Did we already do Med? We did Verge, right? We did Verge. We did Med. Let's see here. Med coin. Let's see if this pulls up here. No. So unfortunately, Med does not pull up on CoinMarketCap. Let's do GTO and then we'll do Ray Blocks. So we'll pull up Ray Blocks after GTO. GTO BTC. Binance. Interesting. I wonder what the market cap on this coin is. Let's pull up GTO. Gifto. That's an interesting name. So 126 million, right over 100 million. Pretty consistent growth pattern. I like that. I like charts like that where you can see stability. You know, who doesn't like stability? Stability is always a good thing, right? Wow, look at that. Well, right now we're testing resistance levels. Looks like we're right around the 5,346 Satoshi level. We're testing resistance. Looks like we found some bottom support around 33,190 Satoshis. What I would say in this case, looking at this chart, it's obviously going to bounce back from this. It's probably going to start heading back down towards this other end if it continues to follow the channel and doesn't break out of it yet, which I don't know if it will. So we're most likely going to see this drop back down. If it hits this level, there's nothing wrong with putting buy orders in at that level, because at this level, obviously there's support. In order for it to hit that level, RSI has to drop. So very well could find support here, bouncing back up and following this channel. That's what I would say for GTO. And we do have some requests here. So request network. What is request network? REQ, right? BTC. So we'll do BTC REQ, or the latter, REQ BTC. Oh, that's easy. So at least on the 1 hour we have a pennant forming. We'll go ahead and remove those. So another pennant again, second pennant. Look at that. You can see here coming from the top. I'm gonna box it in this time. Sometimes I like to box it in. So you can see here, there's obviously a resistance right around 7,057 Satoshis. We have some support right around 56,000 Satoshis. It is getting narrow and narrow. Support levels are increasing, which is an indicator of a pennant. It's getting narrow and narrow along this channel line right over here. So what I would say in this case is continue to watch this, see if it's going to break out, as pennants typically do. We'll remove this real quick to make this a little more clear. So you can see these levels of support and resistance. I would say continue to watch this. As it starts to increase, it may break these resistance levels, because it doesn't look like the resistance levels are too high, and it was tested prior. We saw this huge buy volume come up. See, this is how you know. You guys want to know how retail investors, have bought into the market, but then they haven't sold yet. You guys want to know that? Let's look at the chat. Does anybody want to know that? Let's see. Somebody, shout out. Thank you so much. Alex said, yo man, big fan. Love what you guys are doing for the community. Could you check out Deep Brain Chain? We got a couple others. What's your scope on VIB? You're the best. Thank you. So we'll look at VIB and Deep Brain. We'll actually put those on a list. Let's do VIB and Deep Brain. So that's what I would say for Request Network. Allow this pennant to form out and do its thing, and then see where that takes itself, and hopefully that can help and assist you. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look at Ray Blocks right now, XRB. After this live stream, guys, we are all going to be heading towards our Night Owl. So the Night Owl is where you guys can actually ask me questions, but not only ask me questions, you guys can chat amongst yourselves. You can see here at the Night Owl, it's pretty much a Ruby and above Night Owl, so you have to be a Ruby Patreon and above. Patreon link is in the description. That's the red here. We have over 114 Patreons right now, 44 Sapphires, 17 Emeralds. So what you guys want to do is actually go down here, click Ruby plus Night Owl, and we're going to be right over here in the Ruby plus Night Owl section. So don't be in Sapphire Night Owl or Emerald Night Owl or Patreon Night Owl. Go to Ruby Night Owl, and we're all going to go in there. And once again, this is on our Discord, so the link for our Discord is in the description as well. First, you'll set up your Discord, and then set up your Patreon if you guys are just now getting in there. We do have some VIP access requests here. Let's kind of look at this. All right. Could you do bat if you haven't already? All right. I know you... Did you have any other requests already, the G-Man? No, that was your first request. All right, awesome. So we'll do the bat coin. We'll put that here on our list of requests. And then we'll finish up with Ray blocks. And what I'll do now, guys, if I don't get through with any of the coin analysis on the live stream, and there's a super chat or something like that, I will just do that on the Discord, and I'll post the trading chart for you guys. So hopefully that helps out a little bit. I just wanted to look at Bitcoin really quick. So let's do XRB, BTC, XRB. Why isn't this pulling up? Is Rayblocks not on? Yes, it is, right? Oh no, you can't even look at Rayblocks on TradingView. Oh, because it's not on Binance yet. It's going on Binance. Okay, so I figured it was in Binance. My mistake. Yeah. So right now, I think Rayblocks. Just to give you a technical, I'd rather give you guys a fundamental on Rayblocks. So Rayblocks is a coin. It's super fast. It's like instantaneous, no fees, nothing like that. It doesn't use blockchain. It uses its own form of technology. And what I love about this coin though is the fact that it's not on any exchanges, but it's gaining momentum. It's already ranked number 20, and it's not even on Binance or Bittrex or anything like that. And sometimes there is an influence on when a coin comes on an exchange. Like when Bitcoin Cash came on Coinbase, there wasn't much influence because Bitcoin Cash was already readily available in a lot of different places. But you look at a coin like Rayblocks, it's not readily available in a lot of places. Like you have to go on BitGrail, KuCoin, Meritocrax, and most people don't have these exchange accounts. Some of you guys that are more advanced may have one of these accounts, but a lot of you guys don't. So I think when it gets on Binance, right, when it gets into Binance, it's going to open up the door for more demand, which in my opinion is going to increase the price because prices are all based upon supply and demand. So hopefully that helped out, guys. We're going to be heading over to our Night Owl at this point. I know we have several different requests. All of the requests, I will be posting them on the actual Discord. And I will post them under the charts section. So if you guys go to crypto under charts, I will post all of the other requests here to ensure that I can get through those for you guys that did request them. And that's going to include, I'm going to post GTO, I'll post CND, ION, BAT, VIB, and Deep Brain. So as long as they have the technical analysis that we can actually look at. So thank you all so much for the super chats once again. I know we got tons of them. And once again, somebody said, I want to upgrade to Emerald, and can you be my personal mentor, Jose Enrique Dominguez? I am not currently mentoring or accepting anybody to mentor at this time. I've had a lot of students in the past. Just right now, if you guys want to become diamonds in our Patreon, that entitles you guys to that one-on-one that you guys can get coaching and stuff. But in terms of legitimate mentorship, that takes a little bit more time and energy, and I'm just currently not in the state to it's not something that I want to do right now. I'm focused on the YouTube channel and building the community and such. So if you're not on Discord already, yes, the link is in the description. I'll post it on the chat right now. I'll also post the link to our Patreon as well for those of you that want to come to our Night Owl. It's going to be a Ruby and above. The reason we're doing it Ruby and above, once again, it's not because we want to, but we have to because there's so many people right now in our Discord, over 16,000 of you guys. We have to create some form of separation. So there's going to be 115 plus rubies already online right now. And then we have 44 sapphires, 18 emeralds. So all of these individuals are allowed. So we need to be able to limit that. So any of you guys come into the Night Owl, I'll see you guys there. I just want to give a couple shout outs here. Shout out to Nicholas, just became a new Patreon. Show Rust just became a new Patreon. You'll be in the trade alerts. Shout out to Harry Lee, just became a new Ruby. We'll see you tonight, brother. Trevor Lamb just became a new Sapphire. You'll be getting all the recordings of our podcast. Brian Connolly, Colm Ward, new gold members for the trade alerts. Italo San Martin, Stevie Huss, brand new Rubies. See you tonight. And then we got Mark Mayfield, new Sapphire. Tim Ventura, new Ruby. Jack Her Haratunian, brand new Ruby. Good to have you guys. Sukamar Kirthapati as well, new Ruby. And I'm sure we have a ton of others. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Did you guys enjoy it? We went through a ton of coins, which I'm glad we had that chance to. Once again, we do our live streams every night. We'll have a live trading session soon. And I truly enjoyed this, guys. Somebody said, man, you're on fire, bro. Keep spreading the Litecoin. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Yes, Sniper, the people need LTC real quick. LTC real quick. We'll post LTC in the charts section. I'll do LTC too. Sorry. So we'll do LTC. Don't worry about that. We'll get that done. It's on the Discord. It'll be under charts after the Night Owl. I will upgrade a diamond. I have 100,000 on crypto and I need to make them grow 50 times. Can you help me? We'll have to talk, Jose. But that's awesome, man. If you become a diamond, you'll join the Diamond Club, brother. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to head over to the Night Owl. I will be back to watch and learn. Interesting. Awesome. How can I join the Night Owl? It says locked. Jake Newcomb, you need to connect your Patreon to your Discord. So, you just need to connect your Patreon to your Discord. And if you, I know if you Google it, it'll show you how to do it. Ashley Muller said, thanks for your time. Thank you, Ashley. Bobby said, dude, you're a beast. Thank you, Bobby. You're a beast. David, you're welcome. Said, thank you. Awesome, guys. Good to have you guys. First time watching. Great content, man. That is awesome, Fire Phoenix Gamers. I love hearing that. Thank you, brother. I will be back to watch and learn. Thank you, RyanCasey.com. Good to have you guys. Take care, Troy. Thank you, brother. Awesome, guys. Dude, when's my book coming? Give those books 5 to 10 days of shipping time. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys all Rubies and above at the Night Owl. If you guys are a Patreon Ruby, you can join in. If you're not a patron, I posted the link in the chat just now. And other than that, if you can't get the Ruby Plus Night Owl to open up for you or unlock, Google how to connect Patreon to Discord. You have to connect your Patreon to your Discord, and then it'll automatically assign you that role. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, you guys know it. My name is Naeem Alobaidi, and until our next stream on Snipers Tube, Snipers out.